productivity tool market is littered with all sorts of tools, all claiming to be the thing that is going to save you from yourself. And you know what? There are some good tools. There are some not so good tools. There are a whole lot of tools that say that they're going to do a whole lot more than they actually can do. And you know what? It is part of my role as a time management, productivity, and stress reduction coach to vet some of these tools, right? I certainly have tools that I use every day. I have tools I recommend. And I was talking to a friend recently, and we were talking all about tools because, I'm a huge geek and like to talk about that sort of stuff. And it occurred to me that there are like four tools that I really cannot live without, right? They save me so much time every single week, every single day. And you know what? I don't want to gatekeep. I haven't really been gatekeeping. I'm sure that at least one of these you have heard me talk about all the time. But I want to share with you today the four tools that I use every single week that save me hours and hours and hours, probably more than a full day's work. I get saved by these four tools. And so I want to share them with you here today. So the first one is TickTick, not TikTok, TickTick, TickTick. This is my favorite task app of all task apps. I have probably reviewed, tested, tried out, I don't know, a few dozen different task apps, all of the ones you've heard of, many of the ones you have not heard of. And time after time, I come back to TickTick. Why do I love TickTick so much? Well, let me count the ways. So I love it first and foremost because it is very easy to use. I have clients in their 70s who are using this app. I have clients of all different kind of tech savviness who are using this app. It is very easy to use, very low barrier for entry. I also really love it because the web experience and the mobile experience and the desktop experience, they are all very good. This is not true of most task apps. A lot of task apps are either made for mobile and then their web presence sucks, or the opposite, right? They have a great kind of web app and then it's so hard to use on your phone. TickTick is great at both. I also really love it because, well, the free version is fantastic. You may never need to upgrade past the free version, but if you did, then the premium version is like 35 bucks a year, not a month. So it's pretty easy on the wallet as well. Let's see, what else do I love about it? It's really easy to enter tasks from a lot of different ways. So, of course, you can type. You can also enter by voice. So, if I'm out on a run or at the grocery store, I can quickly enter a task or driving. You can connect it to all of your tools. So, you can have it connected to your email, whether you're in the G Suite world or the Microsoft world. You can connect it to your calendar, same thing. You can connect it so that you can even add tasks through Siri or through Alexa or Google Home. All of these things are available. And it really then nicely, seamlessly interacts with everything. So why do you need a task manager? Well, we need a task manager so that we can offload the mental load and manage the things that we need to do without using all of our brain power to remember it. So if you're going to use a task manager, I would recommend TickTick. It is absolutely my favorite. I love it so much that I actually have two instances of it. I have one version just for my business, and because I'm just this kind of person that wants things separated, I have another version for my home life. So really love TickTick. It's what I would suggest. There is a link down below if you want to give it a try. Okay, moving on to my next favorite category of apps, and my favorite app within it is Calendly. And Calendly is a scheduling app, right? You've probably heard of it. It allows you to connect it up to your calendar so that you can define blocks of time when you want to be available to other people and blocks of time when you do not. And it also allows you to do really cool things like say, okay, for this type of meeting, I only want to have two of them maximum a day, or I need to have a buffer of, 15 minutes or half an hour between each meeting. And it allows you to basically say, like, what are the ideals for my calendar? Like, what would I like my schedule to look like? And then put it into this tool, Calendly, connect it up to your calendar, which is very easy to do in one click. And then you have a link that you can send to other people instead of going back and forth. Oh, when can you meet? I can meet on these days and these times. Oh, no, I can't do that. Let's go back. We don't have to do that anymore. You just send them a link and they can book directly on your calendar. It saves everybody so much time. Now, Calendly I've been using for years. Recently, there have been some improvements made in the tools you may already be using. So if you're using Google Calendar and Gmail already, you can actually directly within there use the appointment scheduling now. So they have that built in. And then if you're in the Microsoft world, there's something called Microsoft Bookings that does the same thing. I'm still on Calendly because it's all integrated with my system and it's pretty inexpensive as well. There is a free version also. So if you only need one meeting type, then there's a free version of Calendly. Again, link is down below if you want to check it out. Okay. Next category of tools. This one I may need to do a little explaining of. It's called TextExpander, and it is a text expander. And so what that means is it allows you to save either snippets of text, paragraphs, sentences, phrases, links, etc., or full-on email templates, right? Like with, full-on formatting, with images, with links, with all bullets, with numbers, like with all the stuff, right? So you can either use it for in these small use cases or you can use it for full-on templates. And what it allows you to do is assign a keyboard shortcut to these different snippets, and then you can very easily, very quickly pop them into whatever other app you're using, right? So maybe that's your email, maybe that is a Word document, maybe that is a Google document, maybe it's a slide deck, whatever. You can just populate these things. I love this for writing emails. I mean, let's just say I get asked a lot of the same questions over and over again, right? And so it is really helpful to have pre-written text that I can just pop in to answer the same question that people are asking me. Of course, I can edit it a little bit if I need to, but I would say like 70% at least of my, actually, no, I was going to say 70% of my emails contain this, but no, 100% of my emails contain something that came from TextExpander because I use it for my greetings, right? I am a person who writes very direct emails, but you know what? You got to make your emails nice. And so I have all of these snippets in there that I call nicifying snippets. So for instance, I can just type in /WW and it pops in, I hope your week is going well. And there are a million of other these things that I have in there. You also may be wondering, well, how the heck would I remember all of these keyboard shortcuts? You don't have to. There's actually a search feature that you can use as well. But I have a really crappy memory, and I was surprised at how many of these I actually do remember. And I think it's because there's ones that I'm using over and over, and also because I defined the shortcut. And so it's something that made sense to my brain, and therefore it's likely going to make sense to my brain again. Again, I use TextExpander all the time. They're brilliant and they send me an email every week that tells me how many hours I have saved using their product. And it is usually somewhere between 2 and 4 hours a week just using that product. So TextExpander, again, link below if you want to check it out. There is a free trial. And it's not very expensive after that if you decide that you do like it. Okay, on to the fourth category and the fourth tool, note taking. Okay, note taking has been the bane of my existence for my entire career. Actually, even school, note taking, terrible. I am not a good note taker. My thoughts go much faster than I can write. Typing didn't work that well for me. I've tried the remarkable. I've tried all the things, right? I've tried, I came back to being a paper note taker after trying all sorts of different options. And when we first started getting AI note taking tools, let me tell you, I was trying every single one of those as well. I was trying Otter and I was trying Fireflies and I tried the Zoom AI thing and I tried a lot of them, right? And they were all okay. Like they were better than not having it, but I still found that it wasn't capturing notes in a way that really worked for me. Like I still needed to take notes. I couldn't rely on these AI note takers. Until one of my clients, actually, a very tech-savvy CTO, told me about a tool called Granola.ai. And there is a link below as well so that you can try it out if you want to also. I started using Granola in November of 2024. It is now June of 2025. I have not taken paper notes since probably the first two meetings that I used Granola with. It is that good. What I really like about Granola as a tool is that it incorporates not only what it's thinking about, but also what you're typing. So there is a little notepad and you can type into it while you're, having your meeting or while you're taking notes, etc. But also it is capturing the transcript in the background. It allows you to create templates for notes. So, like, I have different templates for notes based on whether it's a client session or a consultation call with a new potential coaching client or any number of things. I have these different templates that I've built in, and I can then apply those to the notes so that it knows what I care about from the type of meeting that we had. Also, I can be typing into the little notepad and I can give the AI kind of if you just type a hashtag, then you can type a title and it will start to know what you care about and it will bring that stuff in. Okay, so Granola, it's pretty amazing, right? Very magical. But the best thing about it is that you can chat with the notes. So I can send this to my clients. I can send it whoever I had a meeting with, and they can see the notes. But also they can be like, oh, I remember Alexa said something about X, Y, or Z. What did she say? They can chat with the notes and it will tell them. Or after the note, let's say you have a meeting with a client or with somebody and you need to send some follow-ups, you can say, hey, Granola, you were in that meeting too. Can you draft me the follow-up email with the things I said I'd do and the things they said they'd do? And broop, you get it, right? This has saved me hours and hours and hours, probably at least 30 minutes to an hour a day get saved by this tool alone. So those are my four favorite tools. These are the ones that that if I can't use them for some reason, I will be really, 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 really sad. These are things that I use every single day. They are part of my tech stack. They are part of my workflow. And I think that if any of those sound good to you and you try them out, you will like them too. If you want more tips just like this, make sure to subscribe right here, right now. And then also, check out these videos. I have a few videos on TickTick. If you decide you'd like to use TickTick as a task manager, I have a couple of videos showing how to use it optimally.